Hey, welcome to Lotus Concierge LLC. And I know you're probably asking yourself, why is she saying she's a concierge, but she talking about some spiritual and psychic stuff? Why? Well, because it's just to show that people can be many things and also spiritually awakened and psychic. I would like to call myself an empath. So if you're watching, it's a possibility that you've heard some of my videos about Adolph Robert Thornton Jr. But unfortunately, there are others. Now, if you can look at this video and not be distracted by the fact that you are not going to see my face, it's only because I want you to listen to the words that are coming from me. I'm going to make this short as possible, sweet as possible, and not hurtful. What we've been seeing with many of our up-and-coming hip-hop rappers is no coincidence. Unfortunately, once again, when you understand what's really going on and you see that these people had one thing in common for sure and two things in common for certain. If you look at the death of XXX Tentacion, if you look at the death of Mo3, if you look at the death of King Von, if you look at the death of Nipsey Hussle, if you look at the death of recently crossed over, rest in peace, but I very well know there is no peace, of PNB Rock. If you look at the death and assassination of Adolph Robert Thornton Jr., better known as Young Dolph, you'll see that they all had distribution deals. And I'm coming to you because I think, as who my family is, it's important for us to understand what exactly a distribution deal is and why is it important to up-and-coming or already established artists. Distribution means that you have a company that has the ability to ship and market your product across the world, giving you the most powerful synopsis that you can have as an artist. Without distribution, you're basically nothing. You're what the others like to call a local joker. Most artists don't want to be local. For many different reasons, they want to branch out all over the world and they want their name to be flashed in the big lights. They want everybody to know their name. They want to be known, and some of them for other reasons, just for a spiritual. That feeling that they have, that they know there's something greater out there for them, and they see themselves with the people of the world. And a distribution deal can get them that. Now, the difference between a distribution company and a label, and some labels have distribution, and my family happened to be one of the only Black African American companies that was able to achieve this. One of the Black. And we went through hell, and we still go through hell. My birthright has been taken away from me because of this. They do everything they can, which leads me to a psychic attack. But before that, you can have a record company. Anybody can have a record company. It's a matter of establishing your company and registering it. It doesn't make you a viable record company because you have record company CEO, CFO behind your name. The power is in the distribution. The record company does a lot of the managing and a lot of day-to-day chores, but the distribution is the power behind it. Now, if you're still with me, I want to tell you a little bit more. For some reason in the United States of America, they want to silence us. Those of us who know the truth, those of us who can see patterns, those of us who get it instinctively and intuitively. And we are marked. We are marked as crazies. We're marked as people who don't know what we're talking about. But it seems in these last couple of months, it's people being awakened and they can see the pattern of these people. And I want to tell you, there is something called dominion. And if those of you who have read the Bible, you understand what I'm saying. If you never read it, you still understand principalities, principles and principalities. And you see, there is a certain principality that is now over the music industry as it pertains to Black men. And that also pertains to Black women. Because now degradation of Black women is now the socially accepted thing to be and do. Our women are out here sleeping with different men, getting different infections, being programmed as MK Ultra sex cat kittens. If you don't know what that is, please do yourself due diligence and research. Now, back to the things that these men had in common. You'll look at King Von's video, and as I did, I say, oh, well, damn, he lived a life like that, so that's what he gets. That's what comes with that lifestyle. Okay? I went on about my day, but something kept angering me, but I kept going on in that belief because I felt like my judgment was accurate. We're all human. We all judge. But at some point, it's time to take a closer look. I looked at Mo 3 situation, hunted down in broad daylight on very auspicious numbers and days and even the freeway. And I looked at his manager and I knew something wasn't right. And that ain't no alleged. The people who need to hear this hopefully will hear this. If not, this is what I'm being told to get out anyway. I'm just the messenger. The circumstances under his death are not okay. And I personally heard his manager get so upset with a blogger who was pushing his buttons as he deserved. Now, there's a lot going on these YouTube streets. I owe no allegiance to anything or anyone but God. But God. I listen to everybody. And I am grown and in charge of my life. I can listen as long as you put it up there. So, throughout my videos to come, you will hear me referencing many different YouTube bloggers that at some point or still do or had decent credibility because there's something we all can bring to the table. It's no one single person with all the answers. If that's the case, that would make them a god. Now, I looked at XXXTentacion. That hurt me. I saw the video fresh, hot off the press, like I saw PNB laying in a pool of blood. I saw this young man slumped over in a BMW. And I saw the circumstances in which they tried to make it look like a robbery. But if anybody knows anything about tactical movement, you will see the way in which those men aligned out of that car was nothing but professional. I looked at Nipsey Hussle. I saw with my own eyes in a video capture a man putting that man's gun, which later supposedly the bullets were found in Arameus, Ashkelon. Joseph, that is. Excuse me, Joseph. Ermias Joseph Ashgadon. I'm not reading from a script. This is coming straight channeled. I'm sure I've missed some because there are many. But if you look at just those deaths alone, you will see something that is under a principality that is not right. So, my warning to up and coming artists, rappers, singers, before they put the demon on you of sex, drugs, money, alcohol, you might want to consult someone who is spiritual. And if you don't know someone, all you got to do is reach out. Because when you sign something, however big or small you may think it is in your mind, you are inviting entities into your life. Now, there are entities who will hear this, who will try to attack me ethereally. Because as I know, and many of us who are spiritual, who are able to see and understand things, we are attacked in ways that those of you who refuse to open your eyes cannot even imagine. But I say to those entities, you cannot win them all. You cannot win them all. And this is not your planet. With that, brothers and sisters, I want to tell you, I love you. Please look at the pattern. Please understand that this is not the time to want to be famous. It's the time to go within. And with that, this is Lotus Concierge. Talk to y'all later.